Hey there, Melaminah here. Welcome back to My Bikini Competition Journey and Happy New Year! This is episode number 38, Happy New Year, and a medical update. So, I hope you all had a fantastic holiday season. I definitely did, and I hope that you're enjoying the new year so far. I'm super happy to be back and excited to continue to share my bikini competition journey with you into 2023 and maybe beyond. We shall see. So I just wanted to pop in and give a medical update. There's a lot to talk about, but I wanted to chunk some things down into different videos so that we weren't this wasn't like an hour-long video. So first and foremost, I do want to say that I got a new ring light. So I'm recording from a slightly different spot, and I hope this goes well. You'll have to bear with me as I learn how to use the light and figure out what settings work best and all that stuff. So super excited for that, and yay, thank you to my husband for that wonderful gift. So let's dive into the medical update. Before the holiday break, I had alluded to needing some medical tests and doing some deeper dives into some medical testing. So let me go ahead and give you an update on that. So this is on the GI front. So last year I was dealing with kind of two main issues. One was GI, like bloating and all that kind of stuff, and the other one was fatigue. I'm pretty sure that, well, one, they're both related to each other. I'm pretty sure that the GI stuff is kind of causing a lot of the fatigue. I also think that a lot of the fatigue is due to stress, anxiety, grief, like all the things that happened last year. So I'm happy to report that I am starting to feel a bit better as far as fatigue goes the last couple of weeks. Just some rest and relaxation were really helpful. So hopefully that means I'm turning the corner as far as that's concerned. So back to the GI stuff. So I had some additional blood work. We've been doing a lot of blood work and kind of looking into what's been going on as far as that goes. And there is an indication that it's possible that I have a gluten sensitivity. So as far as I know, I have never had a gluten sensitivity, but I mean, it could be that it's just always been there and I've just never really noticed because I've never really taken the time to look into, why am I so bloated, or it really wasn't bothering me as much or whatever. So there is a little bit of a blood indication that that's going on. And then the two main medical procedures that I had a colonoscopy and I also had an endoscopy. So we did the colonoscopy first, and I'm happy to report that everything was negative. All looked well on the colonoscopy. Everything was normal. And as an added bonus, I lost 5 pounds basically overnight just because of all the prep that goes into that. And I won't go into the gory details of what's involved. I'm pretty sure you already understand what's involved in preparing for a colonoscopy. So yeah, I lost 5 pounds overnight. But the next day, I felt great. I mean, after the procedure, I came out of the anesthesia really easily, and it was almost like nothing ever happened. So that was awesome. And then a week later, I had an endoscopy. So an endoscopy is going down the mouth and all the way down into the stomach. And all the nurses kept telling me that I had done the hard one already, that the endoscopy was super easy. Whew, I beg to differ. First of all, I had to fast again, which is fine. Not such a big deal, but this time they gave me a different anesthesia. It actually ended up that they gave me fentanyl this time, and I did not do well on this at all. When I had the colonoscopy, I came out of the anesthesia really easily. I feel like it wore off really quickly. I felt like myself maybe a couple of hours after being home. With the endoscopy, it was a complete 180. I felt terrible. I was super lethargic, extremely tired, nauseous. I came home, I slept many hours, like into the afternoon. I barely had an appetite. I finally did eat. It very badly upset my stomach. A couple hours later, I ended up vomiting everything that I ate, which wasn't really all that much anyways. I ended up getting a fever. I had more nausea, chills, like just a whole gamut of stuff. I did end up calling the doctor on call, and she told me to just kind of monitor what was going on. If it got worse, give her a call back. If it got exponentially worse, go to the ER. Happily, I did not have to do any of that. The fever broke in the overnight, and by the next morning, I felt much better. But it has taken me, at the timing of this video, we're like 2 or 3 days away from after the endoscopy procedure, and I'm still like kind of recovering. I have not had much of an appetite. I've not been able to eat all of my calories. I've not been forcing myself. Yeah, and then every time I do eat, I feel full. I don't feel overly full, but I feel full, and just definitely like no more appetite. It completely kills my appetite. So I will kind of monitor this. If it doesn't get much better, I'll call the doctor again. But I do have a follow-up with her in January to kind of discuss and recap like everything that we've done and just kind of see what all of the data mean when we bring it all together. So yeah, so there's that. So I did find out, I was doing some more like research, and it turns out that 75% of all food allergies are caused by 5 main categories of foods, which are wheat and gluten, corn, soy, dairy/milk, and eggs. So we've already pretty much cut all of that out of my diet. My doctor did recommend continuing the low FODMAPs. I know I keep saying this. I promise I'm going to do a FODMAPs video where I do a better explanation of what the heck that means. But I just don't want to do it inside of another video because I don't want it to take too terribly long. So, or make the video super crazy long. So I will still be doing that. And what else did my doctor say? She said to continue the low FODMAPs diet, continue stress reduction, and now after the endoscopy, she took a couple of biopsies of some stuff. There was some indication of some inflammation in there. She wanted to see what was kind of going on. So there are still a few things pending. And once we get the results back from all that stuff, she wants me to start. Basically, it's like a generic form of Prilosec, which is a antacid, like a prescription strength antacid. So she wants me to do that for 2 months and see how it goes. So that is pretty much everything that happened on the medical update. So a couple of other things happened while we were during that break since my last episode. The first one is Christmas. So my coach had the same advice for me as for Thanksgiving, which was basically enjoy the day, eat until you're satisfied, don't feel like you need to overly stuff yourself, but don't track anything, and don't, hold back. But again, don't like completely just stuff your face either. Like, enjoy, but don't go crazy. And so that's what I did. And it was awesome. I didn't track. I felt satisfied. I felt great. And then Christmas Eve night, we ended up hopping a plane and flew to Miami so that we could watch the Green Bay Packers versus the Miami Dolphins on Christmas Day. And we were only in Miami for a very short period of time, maybe 3, I think it was like 3 full days. And the game was awesome. We had such a great time. We had amazing seats. We actually, because of where we were seated, we actually had access to the clubhouse area. So like the bathrooms there, the bars there, it was great. So that was super cool. I definitely overindulged on alcohol that day, whatever, worth it. It was so fun. And then the rest of the time in Miami, I kind of followed the same Christmas rules which was, I didn't track. I just enjoyed what I ate, but I didn't necessarily stuff myself. I didn't eat if I wasn't hungry. And I just kind of took it from there. I definitely did not eat super healthy. I'd never been to Miami before, and I wanted to try the different things that they had available. And so, you know, I did enjoy some treats and all that stuff. But once I came back, the exact like next day after I came back, I had the endoscopy. So with all of that chaos that happened with the fasting and the vomiting and the this and the that, like, and not super eating very much after it, I pretty much negated everything that I did in Miami. So weight wise, I'm actually slightly below where I was before I left for the trip. And I did do another bi-weekly check-in, but I'm going to save that for the next video. Again, just so this one doesn't get super crazy long. So let me see. I think that's pretty much it. Hopefully my husband has dropped in some but photos of some of the things. Otherwise, maybe we can tack on a couple at the end here. And that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome back. I hope you had a great holiday. Happy New Year. And questions, comments, concerns, interpretive dances, please leave them in the comment section below. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.